Greetings. So today I have my review of the Graveyard Book for Neil Gaiman. Okay, so first off, I'm really glad I read this in October. Okay, it was a very Halloween-y book, what with the graveyard being the scene of the majority of the action. Okay, so first off, I really liked the beginning chapter where you have this assassin kind of inside this house, but the narration is very fanciful as he brutally murders his family, and then the baby trots off to a graveyard, which is rather grim and kind of sets up this horrible motif. But anyway, the book kind of follows Bod as he grows up, and he has these like little mini adventures with different characters in the graveyard, and he kind of goes off and goes to school and learns part of his like weird friend of the graveyard powers, like haunting and disappearing and vanishing and all that good stuff. And I have to admit, I didn't find that part as compelling as the beginning when we got the assassin action. As far as the character of Scarlet, who is the other like young person who kind of grows up throughout the story, I found her pretty likable, and I liked their adventures when they were older. That made me a little happy. That was kind of like the intense, like the assassins are there, and it kind of all comes to a close, and that was probably my favorite bits of the book. And then it kind of wraps up the mythology of the assassins pretty nicely towards the end. And I just wish I'd had more of that built into the books. There were a couple of insights that we got, but I don't know, I kind of wanted a little more. And the ending is kind of sad when you think about it being a children's book, because sure, Bod gets to go off and kind of, be alive and take advantage of all the world has to offer, but then he can't ever really come home the same way other people who go off into the world do. Not in the same way. I mean, all of his friends started to vanish, and he couldn't seek his hiding graves anymore, and that was like, I mean, I understand that it's like giant and metaphorical for coming of age and loss of innocence and all that good stuff, but still, it's disappointing. So all in all, I would give it 3 stars. I know, harsh. Now, my pick for the month of November, I chose Beta by Rachel Cohn. I really should learn how to say her name, because this is the second vlog I've had to do that in, and I still... Anyway, the premise. Alicia was created to serve the inhabitants of Demesne, an island paradise for the wealthiest people on Earth. As a soulless clone of a 16-year-old, Alicia is immune to the emotions that could distract her from her work as companion to the governor's children. Or so she's been told. When Alicia meets Tahir, the gorgeous, enigmatic son of Demesne's most powerful family, overpowering sensations begin clouding her mind. So yeah, sorry, again, I've chosen kind of a love story. But we've got some soulless, like, alternate clone tech stuff for us sci-fi geeks. So it's a sci-fi love story, okay? Come on, you knew I was going to pick something along those lines. Okay, it's less fantasy than my last pick, but still nerdy. And it's a little over 300 pages, but not by much, like 320. And it's YA, again, so it should be a pretty easy read for us. I picked my copy up for like $6, so I have faith that you guys can track it down. I like the little tagline. When paradise is lost, can love survive? We're gonna find out. Okay, bye guys.